From stories across the globe to stories here at home.
This is the National News Broadcast.
A very good evening to you, and I'm Sharifa Tahir.
I'm Tilina Udayaratna. For starters, we take a look at tonight's top stories. The President engages in prompt inspection tours in several state institutions. A clear sighting of a rare solar eclipse in Sri Lanka. Police operations are underway in search of MP Dr. Rajitha Senaratne. 29 suspects arrested in connection with the alleged vandalism of Buddha statues have been further remanded. Typhoon Phanphone has caused severe damage to the Philippines.
We move on to those and other stories in detail now. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that the system of the Department of Motor Traffic should be revised within a period of 1 month. The state employees is responsible in providing an efficient and maximum service to the general public. No irregularities should occur when providing such services, and the President said that he will return to the Motor Traffic Department to probe whether an optimal service has been provided to the public. He made these remarks while engaging in a prompt inspection tour at the Verahara office of the Motor Traffic Department. The President also observed the respective process from taking photographs to the issuance of driver's license.
යාගේ වැඩේ කරගෙන ඒ වෙලාවෙම යන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. මාසයක් ඇතුළත මට ඒක හදලා ඕනේ. පුළුවන්.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that as state sector employees, if the existing system is a failure, then the system should be revised and fixed for proper functioning. He inquired the reason for not taking steps to fix the system. He said that his requirement is to change the public service in order to allow public to receive the service in an efficient and proper manner without any delays. He said that the existing system should be fixed within a month. The President said that he will return to the department in 2 weeks and the system should be changed by then. He said that the public service is a service which assists general public with their needs. Therefore, he said that the state sector employees should take measures to provide an efficient service for the public without any delay. The President also said that 1,000 files consist of arrival dates which should be sorted. He added that he will personally attend to these needs during his visit at the department. He said that the state service should be transformed into public service under his tenure. He said that he will return in a month to check whether the existing system has been changed. Therefore, he added that the high officials of the departments should be responsible and take steps to fix the system.
කාඩ් එක එන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වෙලාවට. මේ වෙලාවට ඇවිල්ලා කලෙක්ට් කරනවා. යා ආව ගමන්ම යාට කාඩ් එක දෙන්න පුළුවන් විදියක් තියෙනවා.
ඒක තමයි සර්. ඒකට හරි විදිය. ඒක ඇත්ත සර්. ඇත්ත සර්.
සර් නම්බර් එකක් දුන්නා නම් මෙතනට ආවම
ඔව් සර් ටයිම් එකක් දුන්නා නම් හරි. උත්තර දෙන්නේ සර් කිසිම කාර්යගතයක් නැහැ සර්.
අපිට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ආපු අය සර් ලයිසන් අරන් ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
ඔව් සර්.
අපිට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ආපු අය.
රාජ්‍ය සේවක මිනිසුන්ට උදව් කරන්නේ. කාඩ් එක දෙන්න කී වෙලාවක යනවාද? දැන් මෙතන ඔයා මෙතනට ඇවිල්ලා කොච්චරලා ගියාද?
සර් මම ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් සර්. මම ගාල්ල ඉඳලා ආවේ සර්. ඔව්. මෙතනින් සර් දෙන්න මේකට කියලා මෙතනින් ගියා සර් මේ ආහත්ත පහල දාස කවුන්ටර් එකට යන්න කියලා. මේ කමිෂන මේ මහත්තයා ඇවිල්ලා එතන. ආයෙ සර් බොරුට ඕකේ කියලා ගහලා මෙතනට ආවා. දැන් අපිට සර් ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපේ පස්සේ ආපු කට්ටිය ඔක්කොම ගියා සර්. මම ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් සර්. සාමාන්‍ය විදිහට කනාපති හොස්පිටලෙන් ඉඳලා
එහෙමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ හදන්න ඕන. දැන් මේ ડોක්ටර් ආවා. දැන් මේ ડોක්ටර් ඇවිල්ලා මේක බාර දුන්නා නම් ඔයා කියන්න ඕන හරි. දුන්නාම බාරට වාට එක දෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ අනිත් වැඩ කරගන්න හරි වෙලාවක් දෙන්න ඕන. දෙන්න හරි එහෙම නෙවෙයි දෙන්න ඕන. ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න ඕනේ මේ වෙලාවට හරියට ඒ වෙලාවට ආවම බෑ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ආවම එයාට කියන්න ඕනේ මේක ඉච්චර වෙලාවක් යනවා. මේ වෙලාවට තමයි කාඩ් එක එන්නේ. ඔයා ගිහිල්ලා ඔයාගේ වැඩක් එතකොට යන්න පුළුවන් වෙන වැඩක් කරගෙන ආවම ඉන්නේ. එහෙම නේද මොකද කියන්නේ? රාජ්‍ය සේවය කියන්නේ ඒකයි නේද? මමත් රාජ්‍ය සේවකයෙක්. රාජ්‍ය සේවකයෙක් හැටියට මම ලේකම් හැටියට මට එන දවසට එන හැම එකක්ම මම අහක් කරලා යන්නේ. මට ෆයිල්ස් 1000 ආපු දවස් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මම මේ 1000ම ක්ලියර් කරලා යුද්ධෙත් කරලා තමයි මම ඉතර යන්නේ. මගේ කාලේ යටතේ රාජ්‍ය සේවය ජනතා සේවයක් හැටියට පත් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නේද හරි ක්‍රමය. ඔයගොල්ලෝ කවුරුලා මේ සිස්ටම් එක හදලා
Subsequently, the president met with the senior officers and staff and inquired over the functions of the institution. The employees should provide services swiftly for the public. The president instructed the relevant authorities to take a note of the time provided to the customers again after completing the relevant service.
Sri Lankans in most parts of the country were able to witness an extremely rare annular solar eclipse today. The main observation camp was established at the medical faculty grounds at the Jaffna University. The proceedings of the camp commenced under the patronage of Minister Douglas Devananda, State Minister Tilanga Sumatipala and Professor Chandana Jayaratna. The eclipse was visible to Sri Lanka from 8:09 a.m. to 11:34 a.m. according to the Arthur C. Clarke Centre in Moratuwa. The eclipse entered the country through the Delft Islands in Jaffna and left the island from Vakare in Batticaloa. It was seen as a full annular eclipse in the northern region beyond the line that linked Mannar and Vakare and as a partial eclipse in the southern region of the country. The central line of the solar eclipse was via the Jaffna town. The maximum intensity of the solar eclipse was visible from the Kilinochchi area. The annular solar eclipse started at 9:37 in the morning. The annular phase lasted for 2 minutes and 40 seconds within the mainland of Sri Lanka. Along the centre line, Sri Lankans were able to witness such a rare eclipse on the 15th of January in 2010 previously. The Arthur C. Clarke Centre has said that a similar eclipse will be seen again on the 21st of May 2021. The observation camps were established in Jaffna, Mannar, Punerian, Iranamadu and Kantale for the enthusiasts to observe the rare solar eclipse.
The annular solar eclipse was first sighted in the west of Dammam in the desert of eastern Saudi Arabia. The rare annular and partial solar eclipse was sighted in several countries in this manner.
Well, today marks the 15th anniversary of the tsunami disaster, which deprived thousands of lives and properties worth billions of rupees. Close to 35,000 people lost their lives and another 5,000 had disappeared in the tsunami tragedy, which affected the coastal areas of the country. An undersea earthquake with a magnitude of 9.1, which occurred at 6:55 a.m., struck off the coast of the Indonesian island of Sumatra, generating tsunami waves which caused massive destruction in 14 countries, including Sri Lanka. The waves struck the island at a speed of 800 kilometers per hour. A special train was commissioned today at 6:55 a.m. from the Colombo Fort railway station to the Paralia railway station in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami tragedy. A special religious program was also organized at the Paralia Tsunami Memorial in Telvatta, Galle. The train devastation occurred in Paralia is considered as the world's worst train disaster in history. Close to 1,700 lost their lives from the disaster. The special railway service was commissioned in remembrance of the tragedy struck 15 years back. The special train was stopped at the Paralia railway station at 9:27 this morning to honor the victims of the tsunami train accident. The train staff and the families of the victims walked to the Paralia Tsunami Memorial and engaged in religious rites in memory of those who lost their lives from the accident. The families of the foreign nationals who lost their lives from the tragedy were also present on this occasion. Subsequently, the special train began the journey to its destination, Beliapta. The destination of the special train in the previous year was Matara.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa joined with all Sri Lankans who still suffer due to the loss of their loved ones in the tsunami tragedy. This is mentioned in an announcement issued by the President's media unit. The worst natural calamity Sri Lanka has ever experienced is the tsunami tragedy. The President emphasized that the nation should never forget the bitter memories of the shocking experience. The President also emphasized the importance of formulating an early preparedness system, utilizing past experience to prevent such disasters in future. The President said that the country should adopt new technology in this regard and advised officials to conduct continuous reviews of those initiatives. The President further said that it was the responsibility of the nation to pay homage to those who lost their lives due to the tsunami calamity while invoking blessings on them. In the media release, the President has wished that such a disaster may never occur again. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa observed a 2-minute silence in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami tragedy at his official residence in Vijayarama.
And on the same note, various programs were organized all around the country in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami tragedy. A program in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami tragedy was organized at the Vavuniya District Secretariat. A 2-minute silence was observed in their memory. Religious observances were conducted at the Badulla District Secretariat in the memory of the victims of the tsunami calamity. A program to light lamps and invoke blessings in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami tragedy was held at the Botri in the town of Hatton today. Another program in remembrance of tsunami victims was held at the new town of Ratnapura. A 2-minute silence was observed in memory of those who lost their lives. A series of programs in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami disaster was held at the state institutions in Galle. A program was held to invoke blessings on behalf of the victims. Residents of Batiklo lit lamps and engaged in religious observances in memory of the tsunami victims. The lamps were lit before the memorials built on behalf of the victims. Programs were organized in Galle in remembrance of the victims of the tsunami travesty. The National Safety Program was organized at the Kalutara District Secretariat. And a commemorative program was organized at the Kurunegala District Secretariat as well.
And we now move on to some news we just received. According to media reports, former Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne has been admitted to a private hospital in Colombo a short while ago in the backdrop of a warrant issued on his arrest by the Colombo Magistrates Court. In the meantime, the motion filed by former Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne with the Colombo Magistrate Court requesting to recall the arrest warrant has been withdrawn. The motion, which was presented through the lawyers of parliamentarian Dr. Senaratne, claimed that the CID has issued the relevant warrant in an illegal manner. Therefore, the parliamentarian had requested the magistrate to issue an order to remove the warrant issued against him. However, the motion was withdrawn from the court after his lawyers informed the court that the deliberation on the motion is not required. Accordingly, the arrest warrant issued against MP Rajitha Senaratne is still in force. Such operations has been initiated for the arrest of the former minister. According to reports, the former minister was not found in his residences in Colombo and Kalutara. However, MPs had arrived to the former minister's residence in Colombo on the day the arrest warrant was issued.
The newly appointed chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, says that the president envisions the upholding of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation and the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation as exemplary media institutions in the country, away from commercial media competition. The new chairman of the national television made these remarks while assuming duties today. The newly appointed chairman, Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, who arrived at the national television premises this morning, was welcomed by the senior management and the staff of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. Subsequently, he assumed duties amidst the chanting of Pirit. Addressing the gathering, the chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, expressed his pleasure to move forward in the journey to achieve the respective objectives of the betterment of the corporation, together with an experienced and skilled staff. With the national policy statement, the President has decided to create the necessary environment for all media institutions and media personnel to act in an independent manner. The national television should be different to other electronic media institutions as it has a different role to them. Therefore, he said that the national television should maintain this identity. He requested to maintain the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation and the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation as exemplary media institutions in the country, away from commercial media competition.
ජනමාධ්‍ය ආයතන විදිහට වාණිජ්‍ය තරංගකාරීත්වයෙන් මිදිලා ආදර්ශමත් ජනමාධ්‍ය විදිහට පවත්වාගෙන යන්න. මේ අහිංසක දුප්පත් ජනතාවට තමන්ගේ ජීවන තත්ත්වය වඩා පහසු කරගන්න අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවලුත් අපි ජාතික ජනමාධ්‍ය ආයතනයක් විදිහට කරන්න ඕනේ.
The newly appointed chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, had assumed the secretary positions of Health, Economic, Local Government and Provincial Council ministries in the past. In addition, he had also held the posts of Additional Secretary of the Medical Services Unit of the Health Ministry, Health Services Director of the Western Province and the Chairman of the Sri Lanka Institute of Local Governance and Local Loans and Development Fund. Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka was also a member of the Board of Directors of the Sri Lanka Electricity Board, Urban Development Authority, Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, Sri Lanka Administration Development Institute, Water Supply and Drainage Board and the Sri Lanka Transport Board. The newly appointed Director General of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation assumed duties today. He also serves as an external lecturer in the mass media units of the Calonia and Aesthetic universities. He also introduced the event management subject stream to the universities. He is an executive officer with immense experience in the field of television. As the former director of Operations of the National Youth Council, the newly appointed Director General of the National Television has assumed top positions in several ministries. He has also served as an executive officer in the National Savings Bank and the Metropolitan Group.
29 suspects charged for the alleged vandalism of Buddha statues in Mavanala area have been further remanded until January 9th. The relevant order was issued by Mavanala District Magistrate Upul Rajakaruna. The suspects have been alleged for damaging Buddha statues situated in several places in Mavanala area last January. 18 suspects in remand custody were produced before the Mavanala District Magistrates Court today. The other 11 suspects in the custody of CID under the detention orders were also produced before the Mavanala Magistrates Court. The CID informed that the investigations conducted on the suspects have been completed. Accordingly, the suspects were further remanded till January 9th.
Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva says that the aim of his ministry is to rehabilitate the inmates of prisons within an adequate amount of time and reintegrate them into society. He made these remarks during an observational tour in Badulla prison today. The minister said that swift measures will be taken to resolve the issues pertaining to the inmates. Subsequently, the minister expressed his comments at a media briefing. Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva said that some individuals remain in remand prison for periods of 2 to 3 years due to the delays that occur in the submission of the analyst's report. Measures have been taken to restructure the government analysts department. He said that the policy of his ministry should be to rehabilitate the inmates in prisons and reintegrate them into society. He added that most of the inmates have been imprisoned for drug-related cases. Legal provisions have not been allocated to treat inmates who have been accused of using heroin. Therefore, stern legal action should be taken against drug trafficking and drug dealers in order to resolve this issue. Meanwhile, Minister Mahinda Amarveera inquired regarding the functions of the Transport Medical Institute in Nugegoda today. He instructed the authorities to initiate an express service to standardize the services of the Transport Medical Institute. The minister said that these measures will reduce the congestion that occur during the morning hours.
Leader of Janatha Vimukti Peramuna, parliamentarian Anura Kumara Disanayaka says that the government should take steps to abolish the monopoly maintained by a few rice businessmen, and he made these remarks at a media briefing organized by National People's Power today. Leader of Janatha Vimukti Peramuna, parliamentarian Anura Kumara Disanayaka said that a monopoly has been created in the rice market in the country. He added that this monopoly decides the purchasing and selling price rate for rice. He said that the majority share of the rice production has been purchased by these rice mill owners. He added that they also control the entire process to convert paddy into rice while maintaining the authority of the wholesale market. Therefore, the MP said that a few rice mill owners decide on the price rates of rice and paddy. He said that the government should mediate in abolishing this monopoly. If not, he said that the continuous suffering of the paddy cultivators and consumers cannot be prevented.
The Examinations Department expects to issue the results of the 2019 GCE Advanced Level Examination by tomorrow. 337,704 applicants sat for the examination this year. 198,229 applicants faced the advanced level examination under the new syllabus, while the rest of the 139,475 applicants sat for the examination under the old syllabus. The examination commenced on the 5th of August and concluded on the 31st of August. The results of the applicants who sat for the examination is expected to be released tomorrow.
In the meantime, the oil shares price index closed at 6,086.99 points, or 69 points rather, increased by 33.57 points, and the S&P SL 20 index closed at 2,965.34 points, also increased by 16.89 points at the end of trading in the Colombo Stock Exchange today. Turnover was over 421 million rupees. Here's a summary of market details of the Colombo Stock Exchange today.
And that's it on the Rupavahini News Desk for tonight. Join us once again tomorrow. Until then, good night.
Have a pleasant night.